Sweet salutations, everybody, and welcome on this Friday evening. I would almost call it Saturday because it's so nice and free. Yes, but welcome to the DTM 2021 Österreich Ring, A1 Ring, now of course Red Bull Ring, GP4 Offline Championship. And I gotta say, I've been having a lot of different commentators throughout these few races. I had Franco, Bob, Joseph, Rob, Dennis, and now we'll introduce our, I think it's fifth commentator. It's Ra. Yes, Reggio Fettel, as I've seen him. I don't have specifically a lot of interaction with him, but here he is.
So, yep, we're here for qualifying for Austria and see what can happen.
Yes, I have to say, after a crazy battle between the Sturt and I think it was her Newerville. Now obviously it's qualifying, but it's kind of an appetizer for what we're gonna go see throughout the season. But before we start, we have to look at the championship and to look a little bit here. So Ternia won the last race, which was a kind of unexpected, kind of run. I unexpectedly qualified in, was it P3? Yeah, it was P3, I believe. So the pole. I think it's, yeah, not really pole. Yeah, the pole won the first race of the season. Will Parrish in second. Rifki Fakersane in third. They had actually a really solid battle. At the end, Fakersane couldn't really get past Parrish. Parrish defended well. Victory Bobo, who to Dennis Graf's credit scored his 300th whatever 300th point that race, and he finished fourth, and obviously he's fourth in the championship. Newerville, who had a great battle with Sturt. She was really, I think she cost basically her race by doing that. But yeah, in fifth place, Campana in sixth. I think a kind of a lonely first stint, but came back in the end to snab sixth. And then Daniel, one of the few end season contenders last season, finished seventh, and obviously seventh in the championship. And James Sturt, who was who took pole last race and got bonus point, and obviously due to that he is tied with Adventure with 2 points in this DTM championship. Sorry if I seem a little bit out of, it's a goddamn pretty, it's a really hot evening, and yeah, windows are open, flies are flying everywhere, and bees are buzzing. But yeah, I gotta say, Rio, who do you? I gotta say, have you ever followed DTM as close as you did last season, or have you ever followed it?
Not as much, but it got to a point where I got really interested in DTM, and of course I've raced in this series before,
Oh,
so
have you now? Okay, so yeah,
yeah.
tell me. Yeah, so yeah, actually, when we start the session, we can talk about it. So we should probably get to the session right now, or I might. Oh no, it's not glitching out. I thought it was glitching out, and we have actually no rain. Spielberg, obviously a high speed circuit. One of the, I gotta say, one of the fastest average speed. Well, obviously, I think it's second to Monza, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, second to Monza in terms of average speed. But really, I gotta say, tough corners. Camber. Yeah, you can basically auto spin in few of the gravel traps and the sand. Oof, a lot of reliability issues occur on this track.
Yeah, indeed. On the loading screen.
Yes, I gotta say it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know if there's a guy on a, on a parachuting to a bull's horn. I hope he doesn't stab himself with that horn. All right. Obviously, we have to go to the winner, the championship leader, Saturnia. We'll see. We have to go there and look at them. What a win! I have to say, I watched that race with Dennis and commentated, and I gotta say, their pace was incredibly strong in the last few laps. No one could catch it. It was like about, let's see, it was about 10 to, I think it was 10 seconds. It just no one could catch them, and obviously not. I would say they benefited due to newer rules and Sturt's battling. Kind of, I gotta say, in the early stints, Saturnia wasn't exactly, as kind of, not, they weren't fast, in the first stint, but the second stint they just took off. It was like a rocket. But yeah, I got so Reho, can you actually tell me about your career? Have you ever raced on this track? What were your results?
Well, yeah, I have. Well, sadly, the results here haven't been that promising in the DTM car.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's just more of me being unlucky and some errors in this track, as
Yeah,
you see Matthew
yeah, I
point
have to
on.
say it's like keeping a seat in DTM was a bit I gotta say, if you know the people, and if you know, like, what to sign, it's actually easy to keep a seat here if you really, obviously still have to be good, and have to prove yourself. So why did that not work out for you?
It was more of an unlucky season. I mean, of course, the start of the season was good, but then it just tailed down ever since.
So you obviously know this track a little bit, so you can go and tell Clark's lap.
Yeah, as goes through turn one, making it in. Now we have the long straight. Right before you go a bit to Ramos. Yes, for turn two now. And we'll see what he does in the first sector. It's a 25.5 in the first sector. As for turn three. Then four, and then locked corner. And then he sets a 48.6. He has one more sector to go, and we'll see what the benchmark will be. He has two more corners to go, going through at Rint, and now at the final corner, and now onto the start-finish straight, where he's gonna finish his lap. And what's the time gonna be? It's a 1 minute 10.6.
Not
Now
a
there
not
are,
a bad lap, I have to say. Not a bad lap by him, I have to say. And you knew some of the there are a few corners where you can't even, like, get off the pedal. You just have to keep it floored. It's just, and
oh,
Parrish
Parish.
made a bit of a mistake and almost impeded Sazonov there. That was a bit, a bit of an unsafe. No, actually, Sazonov was already behind, so it was a safe rejoin. It was because Sazonov in the end was just a bit closer in the last turn. Actually goes, I think it was eight. Sturt goes second. An adventure is about to probably go only seventh. Martinez had that really bad pace. Can he redeem himself here? No. Only in sixth. Campana. Fifth. Moratelli. First. Well, that's a solid lap, I have to say. Can we go into the 109s? Newerville goes to 10th. Ibobo 10th takes Newerville. Hamid goes fourth. Titkov, the promising later after the 11th. That was Turvik 9th. Taterni, that's a bad lap. It's Taterni, our championship leader, only in 13. Adam Wolf, one of the long-time drivers in whole OC, goes 17. Fosbury's only in 6th place. So I know, as I've gotten used to this game, with its gaps and all that, I can already tell, it's the top five are probably gonna have set a really good lap. I think some of the drivers still have to, obviously kind of improve, but I think those laps are not gonna drop below like top 10, or probably even top, like, below. Yeah, they got below like top 5. So I actually just have to ask you: Is this is this sometimes? Yeah, I just want to ask you, how can you set up a lap that perfect early on so everybody just has trouble beating it?
You just get the right up at the right time and just go for it and take the chance. And of course, in these DTM cars, gaps here between first to last on this track have been very close. Some of them have been around nearly 10,000s between the top three. So yeah, of course, anything can happen. Usually does, and there's still a long way to go.
Yeah, I am amazed at at this point at the qualifying session that it's already this close. We usually see it a bit and okay, I thought the game crashed, but no, there's just the mechanic not pushing the car in for a bit of line. So don't watch out. I just realized stewards are in the garage, so they're guarding the FIA the FIA car, just so no one could steals it and runs away with it and sells it on eBay. I as a driver, you know, how could how could this how could this track challenge you in a way where it's not about like being the fastest, it's about like keeping in control. Because remember, this is a track where you can't control one thing, and that's reliability, the heat. You can't control the sun, you can't control the heat. So as a driver, how do you handle like disappointment after retiring maybe like P1?
It would usually hurt. Of course, I haven't really experienced that before, but yeah, of course, I know some people have. Of course, it will hurt and take a long time for you to recover from it, but you could recover from it straight away and do better.
Yeah, that's actually pretty right. I gotta say, as a former champion, you can't let it bother you. You have to you just have to you have to move on. Just say okay, this happened. Because remember, if it was in your control, if you go around and just go go the wrong way and crash anybody out, like some kind of excavator or one of those tractors that go around. It's never gonna work out for you.
Yeah.
Clark is about to start his solid lap, probably going to be impeded by one of the orange. I think it's either we. I think it's either we or Sazonov. Still can't tell. I still can't tell who it is. But at least you know what? That's one thing I'm good at. I still can tell. Is it we or Sazonov? So that's a plus at least. Have you? I gotta say, have you ever driven anything around in like sim racing? Have you driven around anything around this track?
To be honest, no.
No? Any like F1 games or any of the sort?
Actually, I have tried it in F1 games, and
Oh,
it's pretty
yes,
fun to try. It's
it
pretty
is,
fun
yeah.
to drive at this track, and
But yeah, because
yeah.
just remember, just one thing. Obviously, these cars don't have. They don't have. The not cars. ERS now. Obviously now it's ERS. ERS, DRS. They have pure slipstream, which
Yeah.
I sometimes like if it works because early on when it was like let's say 2000 and like in real F1 it was 2000 and like early 2000s was really not that kind of great racing unless it was Michael versus Hackett.
Yeah. As Bakazarian is about to finish his lap, he improves up to seventh.
Yes, as Fakhrizadeh, the podium finisher last time around, Sahin is about to come to his lap. I think he was the one that got damage last race, which I was, I think it was. I'm going to be mistaken probably. Campana doesn't improve. Parrish after that little mistake he did does go to seventh and beats Fakhrizadeh, who he was battling for the podium last race. Newerville doesn't improve. Titkov's about to start his lap. Martelli doesn't improve. Martinez set us, kind of a mid-table lap, but
He,
yeah,
he improved. He was improving. Oh, I think he went a little wide. He didn't take that penultimate corner right.
you're right. What exactly happened? Did he lock
Um,
up?
or was
Okay,
it
no,
just mine? Maybe it was somewhere else, but it
maybe
looked
like
pretty slow.
I think a
Not.
ground. I think a groundhog or maybe like a rabbit, or deer. Yeah, deer slowed him down, like from under pulled him down. Mevchi goes 22nd. Wolf, that's a bit of a bad lap there. Vanilla goes 11. Sazonov, the
Well,
BTCC champion, doesn't improve.
Yeah, indeed, of course. FJ and Wolf have the same exact time.
Yeah, I guess yes. I think that's kind of true. Fosbury doesn't improve adventure. Only manages 14th to 70th after that bad lap. He's still setting some consistently bad lap. Turvik, we didn't mention him before. Doesn't actually improve, and Turvik is. Where is he? Is he? I can't see it immediately. So, well, he's fifth. He's in top five. So that's I think he can't. As always, drivers just there are some drivers who just want to set the fastest lap, as we mentioned before. Titkov, I gotta say, Titkov, as you probably maybe you have not known, as Titkov had an amazing race. He moved up a lot. I mean, seriously, a lot of places. From a lot. But at the end of the race, he was battling for a podium, made a mistake, and went off in the gravel. Sadly for him, he cost a podium shot, but fortunately enough, he was able to carry on.
Yeah, indeed. But hopefully he can recover from that and get some points for tomorrow's race.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sometimes going to be a stalemate in some of these races. But it just I don't. Could this be one of those races where there's just going to be a lot of overtakes, or we don't see like you know, we've seen, if you're going to be on lighter fuel and someone in front can be on heavy fuel, they're going to be overtaken because they can't get they are just too heavy to go throughout the corners, and they can't throw the car in as fast, and they don't have a lot of confidence. You don't kill the tires. I just want to see some driver just who has the heaviest, and is like going for the longest stint ever, and still manage to fight for the top five. Have you ever seen any kind of instances of this in your OC career? Like someone on heavy fuel just defends. Obviously in Monaco, that's something, you have seen.
To be honest, in DTM, not really. I pretty much have a bad memory on defended
Oh
against
yeah,
it.
actually, are you from the UK? Actually, are you from the UK?
Yeah, I am from the UK, but I represent the internationality.
Ah, I see. Yes, I get it. But about half. Let's see, was it half? No, I think it's been eight. Actually, it's been 8 minutes. Not I always think it's 35. Wolf is about to start his lap. One of the longest thing. One of the best things I think in this in DTM is that you can't, if you're really a value driver, you could stay for a longer period. But if you start crashing out, or making mistakes, and you try to go for another series, you won't be welcome back. I think loyalty is key, I think, to some of these drivers or teams.
Yeah, indeed. As Wolf in the first sector, he's up on his personal best, but he's a tenth down on Martelli.
Moratelli. I actually said Morelli, before. So everybody's pissed. There was pitchforks, and the cars were flying. Being no, there wasn't anything like this. Just a simple commentating mistake, as it probably happened. Yeah, more. Wolf is still improving in this second sector. And just as I say, spins on the track and almost
Ooh, that
hits.
was so
Oh boy, I
close.
think that was it Clark?
Oh
And now
no,
he actually, yep, that's it. That's, I think
that's
that
pretty much
is,
his session over. I think.
and
Yeah.
also
And,
Mepchi's
oh, that's even worse.
team. That's
That's
the
even.
team. Yeah, actually what is the number one rule? What do you think is the number one rule?
Well, it's even worse because they have the exact same
Yes,
time.
yes, that's it.
But Wolf is carrying on. Oh no! Oh come on!
I gotta say, just like Campana didn't get any kind of damage from that. That's miraculous. That's absolutely miraculous. Wolf, a bit eager to go back into the pits, rejoining, and just no regard. And that's it. That's his. Yeah, he's just damaged his. I think it was left front or no, right front. We have to see a replay of that. What exactly transpired for Wolf to actually lose that much traction?
That
On track,
was just silly.
Mevchi's still going into the pits, like he's a grandpa with a cane. Let's see what happens. And did we have a crash? Oh boy.
No, he needs to lock the cars because both of them can't continue.
Oh, I see. I've never. Okay, so. Yes. So.
Well,
Okay.
he's trundling so slow.
So we're having some insider info here that Mepchi is trying for the
Someone in
team
the
radio.
chat decide if FG actually managed to come back to the pits. Should we have him go up?
We
I
both.
mean,
Well,
I
he's
mean
stopping.
that's
Though it
not my
doesn't matter.
call. Okay, that's not my call. That's not my call. Like I'm not a team. I'm not a race director. I mean, I could apply for the job, but I don't want to be hated and thrown out for malicious attempts. So Mepchi is confirmed out of the session, it seems. And obviously
That's
Adam
the
Wolf.
same. Yeah. And knowing that we might not be able to get enough replay for the incident, but I'm sorry, Adam Wolf. I think that
Yeah,
was just a stupid error.
it's like a once in a lifetime thing. Whether it's like maybe people think as it as like as it add as it I can't speak as a Mandela effect. Did it actually happen? Did this actually happen? It will probably because people will see this on a replay on the when the VOD gets re-uploaded or upload, not re-uploaded. I got to say, Jetsernia is starting again. Maybe he's, as I said, I've said this before. Maybe Jetsernia is like going for a race setup. But remember, he's actually one of the drivers who went for a quali setup and still won the race. So maybe it's telling that he doesn't have. Maybe it's telling just maybe he doesn't have the exact pace. Around the track, or he's just like getting used to this because there are drivers who can take tips from other drivers and just get all of a sudden fast if you just know how to take the right corner. But this is a track that has been on a DTM calendar for a long time, and it's there's not really a large margin for error.
Yeah, indeed. Of course, no margin for error.
Oh boy, and actually with Bobo, was it okay? Now we're going completely back.
We have to
Don't know.
go back to the
So we're going back.
improvements.
So we're going. No, yeah, true. So I think. No,
So
I think
yeah,
we already told the improvements, but no, we have. Oh no, we didn't tell. Wolf, he just lost under braking. Tried to overcorrect it, and yeah, that's what all she wrote. And who did he almost hit? That was the closest. That was a pretty close hit. That was Parrish.
Yeah,
Parrish.
very close.
That is
And
actually
Evchik-
some good. Yeah, the Mevchi just destroyed. I got to say, Parrish's reactions were amazing. Their Mevchi, as we see the evidence on what happened to him, he was actually okay after the wolf contact, but he hit the wall. So he could. I gotta say, he was like a sitting passenger at that point.
yeah, indeed. As now we look at Campana, Wolf trying to rejoin. Campana hits Wolf's hood. And yeah, Wolf tried to get into the pits in an unusual way, but Campana was coming in quick.
I don't know if anybody will be mad or inquiring about this incident.
I
I
mean, it
would.
was pretty dangerous from Adam
I
Wolf.
gotta say, I would probably inquire. I would do a lot of things. But Adam Wolf, long time, driver in OC, kind of making a really not even a rookie mistake, just a complete silly mistake. I have to say that was just unnecessary. And look at the
Yeah,
debris. That's the thing. Campana doesn't even notice what can hurt him and what he just barrages right through. So it's like he's like playing like chess on track basically with the debris. It's amazing.
Wolf gets a 5-place grid penalty.
And so we have
Well-
informed from the race director, the interim race director, that Wolf has gotten a 5-place grid penalty. It was right on the spot. He had no chance to defend himself. It is there's no way you can defend yourself. But now we look at the improvements. Finally, and there probably were not a whole lot. Saheen Was he the one that actually improved? I think he did. Yes, he did. He went 7th. Bobo. Oh yeah, that was Bobo second. Newerville. He also went almost kind of lost in the last sector as everybody almost did through this debris.
Was Prix. He didn't improve. Neither did. That was enough.
Sturt didn't improve. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's I have to say, man, that his qualifying pace, well, is better, better than most. But if you want to really, because remember that one championship point can decide, the championship at the end of the season. So you have to be, if it's that Sturt's speciality, as we probably have seen, he has to, I think he has to just do qualify. Again, there are drivers. So there are like about 14, 15 races in a season, right? So 15 points. So it's not going to be, race winning points, but I mean, if that's the best you can do, and you can sacrifice your race setup, well, you can do. But Mortelli currently on provisional pole position, not Morelli, in the BMW. So apparently, no, that's a BMR BMW. I can't see from this tiny screen. I gotta say, these drivers obviously are looking at all of their data now. It's obviously the most boring part for the audience. So actually, the people there, they like to get the taste of the drivers. Cockpits, they want to see them wave, but they can't wave. This is not a mod that makes arms like flail around and for the audience. Oh boy. I gotta say, what have you done? What have you done to like improve, like not setup wise, but what have you done to like regret? Okay, I made a mistake, but obviously it's not like an obvious mistake, but I made a mistake, in my head, and sometimes some drivers that think that they made such a mistake, but there actually was no mistake. There was actually no mistake. So, how do you restrain yourself from making actually making a mistake by thinking that that you made a mistake even though that it wasn't?
I think you just get on with it. Just get over with the mistake quickly, even though it's not really that easy, and just concentrate on the rest of the race and try not to do the same mistake again.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, it's a bit. I gotta say, remember, you are gaining the trust of your employees, the engineers. The whole team. Whole team can be on your on your back. Especially like in midways through the season. Okay, fine, you can make mistakes, but when it starts to get serious, when it starts to actually become that you are one of the drivers that can challenge for the championship. Maybe it's Eternia, maybe Parrish, maybe Fackersane, maybe someone who hasn't scored points. So, and that's the thing. And like especially reliability. Like we've seen, who was it that retired? I actually have forgotten who retired last time around. If I could get some, let's see who retired. It was I think it was Clark or Wolf, two of those guys. Wolf got Wolf actually got crashed out like last time around. Fackerson doesn't improve, but yeah, that's certainly goes.
Ceresno's up
Look at
to
that.
second.
That's actually look at that. Look, how many is that? What do you think?
2
What's-
milliseconds.
2 milliseconds. That's pretty good right there. He hasn't lost his touch at all. That's So I gotta say, if you have consistent qualifying pace, and that's the thing, top consistent qualifying pace, man, certainly looks. I can't say for sure, but at this point he looks ready. Michael Clark is getting a nice slipstream, but hasn't improved in the first two sectors. And I don't think he's going to manage anything. Turvik starts his lap. Bobo has already said it's all. Martinez is going to. I think he was impeded by Titkov. Titkov is going to try to overtake Martinez. Adventure is gonna. Is he gonna? I think he's gonna improve to. Oh no, that is a bit of a shame. I have to say. I thought it was gonna improve because it was close to the line. Mortelli, because our provisional pole sitter doesn't improve. And also Heen, he has had a bit of a mid-table qualifying session so far, and it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, he doesn't improve. Neuville, she's on an improvement. Can she improve? Nope, she lost time in the final sector. Mackenzie doesn't improve. Nella, he doesn't improve as well. So that's enough. He's improving. He goes fastest.
That is a solid lap by Sazonov, our BTCC champion. Former BTCC, because it's been disbanded or whatever. I don't know. It's like thrown in trash. Stewart goes fourth. So look at these. The BTCC guys. Again, they're just they're taking the disqualify. Again, another qualifying session by Storm, but they just have to learn to be consistent. Titkov got impeded. I'm pretty sure. No, because he was trying to overtake. I think it was Sahin. No, it wasn't Sahin.
Martinez. No, it was Martinez.
Yeah. Martinez. Yeah,
Ooh,
that's smart.
did he
I don't
make
think
an
that's
error?
no. That was him just
He
leaving
locked
his
up.
space.
He locked up.
Yeah, but he was like going offline. There was not a lot of grip, so he was just like trying to give space to Martinez to not cause the wolf or any kind of big crash.
Yeah. Well, unusual to have a lockup while someone's trying to overtake you.
Yeah, no, it's a thing. Lockups in these cars are kind of rare because you already have like front downforce.
I just want to check
like,
something.
okay, so we have some. So we have some investigation going on between Sahin and whichever driver was going in front of him or ahead of him. Now he's in something in the pits. They're not sure exactly what this.
He did lose a lot of time on the previous laps, so
Oh, I
must
actually I
have been
can't
held
see
up.
that. Oh, I see. That's a bit of a. That's a bit of a. That's a thing. The time in this one is really not that you can do. I think you can do all your laps basically. Yeah, some drivers can do all their laps in this. It doesn't really. If it was like, let's say, Spa, yeah, I'd get the hell out right now basically, because you only get like two three shots at this. So I always liked when everybody got a fair amount fair amount of shots in any series, a Q1, Q2, Q3. Do you like Q? Do you like the current system, or do you like one of the older ones?
I don't mind the current one. I've pretty much gotten used to the current one, but I have been more of a guy that is really used to the old
Modern.
qualifying system, like
Oh,
what
old.
were
Okay.
used to be DTM.
I see. I see. So yeah, I mean, it just when I was, when I was, growing up, I first of all got used to the 60-minute session, but then the Q1 and Q2 and Q3 just kind of overtook, and everybody was it got kind of abstained. Like, okay, so some drivers just won't get the full chance of setting up a qualifying session. As Hamid rounds the final corner, can he squeak into that top six? There are improvements. Sazonov proved that you still
Well,
can.
he is in the top 6.
Yeah. He can try to at least squeak in the top 5. So it's at least kind of. Oh, is he gonna? No, he's not gonna be beaten. So he escaped the lucky one there. Another one's gonna try to overtake. So the first sector. Let's see about his first sector. Is it going to be any good? No one's going to run in back of him. Actually, Hamid, I think he had like a, let's say, I think he had a quiet race last time around. Not exactly, special, nothing special. I think it was like a mid table. I mean, Mevchi, Mackenzie, and Neller were battling, but didn't see anything of Hamid. So Hamid has to like prove himself to my eyes and probably to this series. If he can kind of stay. Nope, second sector's pretty bad. So I think we can jump to someone like Wee. Looks like he's Wee in the pits. No, he's not in the pits. Attorney is not gonna improve. Is he?
Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame. Oh boy. And I look at that. Obviously, now he's giving newer slipstream, so it's not that's gonna be probably someone's gonna be impeded there. Turnium. Can they do it? No, that's not gonna be enough. Like you're saying, currently in the top 13th, and yeah, he's 13th, and yeah, nothing, absolutely nothing. Campana, the driver who got, got damaged in that wolf incident. Debris was flying all over, and he's not going to improve. So we should probably go back to someone else like we. So can we go back? Can we go to we or whoever? Clark. That doesn't
That's at
improve.
the
Parrish.
time.
I gotta say, Parrish he had a solid lap. He beat Parkinson earlier on, and doesn't kind of improve. Actually, I want to stay on board with we if we can at all. Okay, so so we actually is one of the drivers I think that can redeem themselves. Like you can get a chance at beating kind of beating your demons, and we has lost in 2 seasons in a row to 2 teammates, and yeah, he's actually the most experienced driver in BTCC, but from the looks of it hasn't actually kind of shown it. Sazano, Sturt, all those guys have just overlapped him. So what do you do as a driver who's been like at least like it's not a benchmark or who has been a noted driver who's been there longer? What would you like do in that moment when someone is like, okay, now there's a new guy coming in and he's beating me and that's it. I can't do any better.
I mean, the maximum of seasons I've done in one series is like 2 within DTM and GP2. Of course,
No,
full
yes,
season.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's minimum, but yeah, I don't really have to. Oh, Fosbury.
Fosbury makes a spin. Oh no! Don't you come out on someone's racing line or someone's
He's fine.
just someone's or any line. Let's see what happened. I think he lost under braking. It's a tough corner. Once you get off that, no, he actually didn't lose under brake. He just locked up. He couldn't get on that line. Couldn't get on the curb, and the curb in the end didn't even do any favors when he got off of it off the track. And yeah, that's I think that's actually the best way to rejoin. He didn't. Well, he wasn't on the racing line, so everything is just okay and swell. A couple of drivers are starting to pit in, and we saw actually no improvements. It's like kind of. I think there was one driver who did improve, and I think that was Turvik. Turvik is an 8. I didn't see a lot of improvements. Sorry if I forget, but
It
yeah.
was Nella who was P10.
Oh, I see. So yeah, he's also he's also improved. Oh boy, I gotta say, just like these cars, I've not seen, at least in the qualifying session. That's the thing. In qualifying sessions, you push them to the maximum. They can take every they can take a good beating. They're still they're still good at as they are. Still a bit of low. I don't think there's a lot of downforce even in that rear wing. It's probably as thin as possible. It looks looks stocky and a bit intimidating. But I gotta say that wing does every little bit of modification, every kind of bit of performance modification you can. You have to shave off these milliseconds and thousands of seconds, because look how close the top 5 is. Sazonov in the first place, and can get his I think that's his. Is that his first point? Is it the first point? It doesn't matter. Sazonov is on provisional Moratelli in second, Saturni in third, Sturt in fourth, Ibobo in fifth. So Bobo in a solid position. I think if he can stay there, he could probably actually convert it in a win.
Yeah, indeed. Seresnia is on a lap for his final run. Will he be able to take pole position? We will see.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at it, 21 million seconds. That's, I just say, he has to nail this first sector. If he doesn't, that's it, and that's it. That's it. That's certainly his pole chance is probably gone, and no improvement. But
Yeah.
can he just pull something out of these last corners? That was not a tidy exit. Bit too much on the curb there. Car is kind of looks like it's bouncing around, going a bit too wide. The curb, yeah, touches the curb. Yeah, he's already 3/10 off, and obviously he's not going to improve at all.
Yep, indeed. He looks like he's gonna stay in third for now.
But yeah, I gotta say, even if it didn't improve, he's our championship leader. As we mentioned before, Sazonov is not is gonna be on the line, but he has hit some bad sectors. He's not gonna improve, sadly. Liverpool is not even gonna start their lap. Ooh, that's a bit of a mistake by their team there to send her out a bit later than usual.
Yep, Campana, he's not gonna improve. You didn't have enough time. Hamid, he's not improving, unfortunately. He's at the moment in sixth. I don't really see him improving in the final sector because he's like 4 times down in the middle sector. And yeah, he doesn't improve. Clark doesn't improve. Did he make it? Well, he did make it.
Just barely. No, but actually he had. Oh wow, yeah. So wasn't like a Michael Schumacher where he didn't make it there. But yeah, that's something you can script.
Yeah, and that's qualifying over.
That's
Andrei
qualifying over. Okay,
Sazonov.
so yeah, I didn't even notice that. So Andrei Sazonov takes pole position and that single solitary championship point. Mortelli in second. Saturnia. Oh, look at that here. They repeat their. I think that's their starting grid spot, if I'm not mistaken. Probably going to be mistaken. And third position, Sturt. The top 5 qualifying finish. Bobo in fifth. The long time and DTM driver, but you can carry on with the rest of the grid, Reho.
Yeah. We have Mohamed Usman Hamid in sixth, Rosetta Martinez in seventh, Matif Sarik in eighth, Kyle Shahin in ninth, Will Neller in 10th, Judd Fosbury in 11th, Will Parrish in 12th, Xavier Wee in 13th, Rifty Hussein in 14th, Michael Clark in 15th, Jay McKenzie in 16th, Maxim Titkoff in 17th, Lean Campana in 18th, Daniel Adventure in 19th, Bella New in 20th. Qualifying 21st is Adam Wolf and 22nd Miran Evchi, but those two will be swapped around due to Adam Wolf's penalty.
Penalty, yes, exactly. And actually, yeah, they apparently said the identical times. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to this race. Bit of a down, kind of a not a downward qualifying, but a bit of a chaotic qualifying session where it kind of stopped in the middle track due to that investigation that was going on, and the broadcaster decided to do that. Thanks for joining, everybody. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at the same time this stream started, which is what's it 7 p.m. Local time or whatever. Yeah. So, and be sure to join. Get a drink, get some food, and just sit back and relax to watch this DTM race unfold. Can Saturnia just challenge for the win again and extend that championship lead? Maybe by one race if the cards fall into their favor. Yeah. So this is the DTM qualifying session of GP4 2021. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and good night, good evening, good morning, good everything. See you.
Bye.